Okay, ready? Queer Eye is a show about taking care of yourself, self-love, and enhancing your life.
In the show, 5 fabulous queer people step into a person's life for a week and transform their environment, and usually their outlook on life too.
The Fab Five couldn't make it, so we decided to give ourselves a Queer Eye DIY, putting thought and money into making our life more fabulous.
COVID-19 made us pivot from traveling full-time to being homebound, so we thought it was the perfect time for a makeover.
Hope you love following along.
Based on the matching clothes, you may think that this is Tan France clothing week. It's not. We just felt like matching for no reason.
Today, we are talking about food. Treats. Treat? You want a treat?
Not for Gio. Gio's time will come.
Wait. Okay. So we've thought a lot about food over the years, and we've traveled to a lot of countries and tried a lot of fun new foods. But now that we're here and we're trying not to eat out all the time, we are making more of our own food. Okay, so Emma is out of the house. She is performing in a musical in a few months, and she has rehearsal tonight. So I'm going to be working on dinner, and I know she loves pasta. Plus, in Antoni's cookbook, there is a dish that is mac and cheese, and I know Emma loves a good mac and cheese, so we're gonna give it a go. Let's try. All right, first things first, let's clear off this awesome counter, get out the cookbook, throw on an apron, and put all the ingredients right here. If there is one thing I've learned from cooking, it's basically, if something doesn't taste good enough, add more salt. Also, you should really salt your water whenever you're boiling it to make noodles or whatever. Yeah, so be very liberal. Well, I have so much cheese that I need to shred, so while I'm working on it, I'll tell you a little bit about Antoni. I'm gonna be honest, when I first started watching the Fab Five, Antoni was maybe not the most exciting person to watch for me, but to be fair, trying to teach someone how to cook a brand new meal that they're gonna use for the rest of their life or whatever is kind of a big ask. It's much easier to just redecorate their whole home or give them like 10 different outfits they can start wearing. I also read a bit more about Antoni in the start of his cookbook, which was delightful. And he is very qualified, it seems, for exactly what he does, which is an entertainer slash cook. And he has a pretty diverse background and upbringing, which makes the things that he puts in his cookbook rather interesting. He was raised in Canada for the most part by Polish immigrant parents, and then of course he spent a lot of time in America now and been a lot of places, so his like cultural food tastes, things like that are wide-ranging and unique, which makes for some very interesting collection of recipes. Whew, okay, I could not film most of that because it was kind of intensive. But it's in the oven. Now I just gotta clean up my mess and Emma will be here. And voila, late dinner for 2. Okay, Emma is back, holding the camera. Let's see if it's done.
Oh yeah. How do you feel?
Good. Hope it's good. Okay. Taste test.
Yum. Delicious.
Did you get any turkey in your bite? What did you think of that?
Good. This is good too. Just a light lemony salad.
Cool.
Especially when we were traveling full time, we got in this system of 0 to 100. If it wasn't a nice or like a cool or a fun meal, we were eating PB&Js in the car or like crackers or
like skipping a meal.
or skipping meals, yeah.
Eating big somewhere.
But then if based on that amount of spending, we would go 100% when there was something we really wanted to try. Fancy restaurant that's on the list, like the top 15 best restaurants in the world, or sushi in Japan, things like that. Now we're in a position where we've had to like make some more decisions about how often we want to eat out, types of meals we want to make, who makes them, when we make them, all of this.
I think Antoni would say, think about your food, care about what you're making, don't be mindless about what you're putting into your body. And then he also tries to bring like different cultures and home memories, things like that into your baking and cooking. A couple of things that we've decided we try to do. We try to eat out only 3 times a week. And when we do, we try to make it more of an experience, not too many.
Usually a date night.
Yeah, not like just fast food for no reason kind of stuff. And then when we're cooking at home, we have a list of like 10 or 15 things that are kind of in a regular rotation that we want to make. And then it's just trying new things. And some of those things that are in the rotation are things that we've tried in other countries. So I learned to make like a fried rice that we really liked when we were living in China. And then a few things that our moms made growing up. Emma makes a good pesto pasta. Just things that are like quick and easy.
I wasn't sure what you were gonna say I make, because
Oh yeah. Emma doesn't make a whole lot.
Oops.
But she makes good pumpkin cookies and pesto pasta. And yeah, anyway.
Oh, and when it comes to making meals that are in more of a regular rotation, we've come to find as we've tried to make more meals at home that even just the act of deciding what you're going to make and choosing something new and going shopping for those ingredients takes forever. It can take so long. Or when you're at home and you open the pantry, you've got tons of stuff. You have to make the decision of what am I gonna make? It's
what
just
can
like,
I do with all this stuff?
like you're gonna go with ramen or Taco Bell. You just are. And we usually did. We made this master list of meals that we both enjoy enough to have regularly, and that's helped us out. And I think it will continue to help us out because we haven't really done it for that long.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing that helps too is thinking of some of the things you want to make throughout the week, beginning of the week. Like we usually do that on a Sunday, and then try to do the shopping early in the week so that you have everything good to go. Another funny thing, when you're cooking for 2, most recipes are family size. Mm-hmm. So we found that family size recipes, we've basically decided on a rule, and that is we do not have to eat the meal more than 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
So eat it 1 time, leftovers another time. Doesn't mean we can't make bigger amounts and then like eat it. Like we have a lasagna in the fridge right now I'm gonna eat it 4 times probably. But we don't have to do it, and that way neither of us feels like a guilt trip.
Mostly me.
Well, yeah, but then if you don't eat it, me.
Right.
Even more so.
This mostly stems from Jacob made this massive pot of soup. It was so big, and it was just like with different things in the cupboard, and it was really yummy, like surprisingly good. But it could have fed us for like a month, and it did feed Jacob for a month because I only ate it like 3 times, and then he felt obligated to eat the rest.
I'm sure I ate that soup like 12 times.
Yeah. So we're not making ourselves do that anymore. Honestly, what I think we've had the most fun with over the last few weeks, and then also just over the last few years, is baking.
This is how Antoni does it.
We've kind of made it a tradition, we've done it on and off, but to bake something every single Sunday. Growing up, I always used to make chocolate chip cookies with my dad on Sundays, and we've made chocolate chip cookies a few times, but we've extended that to be anything. Last week I made Oreo truffles. The week before that, Jacob made 1 million pies. Oh no, pumpkin cookies. The week before that,
4 pies.
4 pies.
But that was Thanksgiving week.
Yeah. And before that, Levain Bakery cookies, which are delicious. So we actually have stuck to that one better than some of these other ones that we're talking to you about right now. But that's been really fun, and I think that it kind of embodies what Antoni talks about a lot on Queer Eye, which is cooking, baking, time spent in the kitchen, also time spent eating, is all about connection and making memories together. It's like every bit of the cooking or baking experience is a chance to do that.
Food school.
Better food makes our lives better, and it's one of those things that's so easy to let slip, because you can just eat ramen or Taco Bell for every meal if you want to, but it feels like it's not going to make that big of a difference, or that the time saved is worth not so good food consumed. But I think that it's one of those things that when you're mindful about it, it can improve your life.
And I think when you're cooking at home, even if it takes more time, you're usually, one, saving money from eating out, and two, almost always eating healthier. It's because of the amount of fresh nutrients you're putting in your food when you're eating at home, and the avoidance of like so many fats and sugars that are just dumped into food when you're eating out, especially fast food. Learn a new skill, and then people love it when you make extra cookies and have them. So
That's true.
okay, that is it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. We are keeping up with our Jonathan Van Ness routines, and now we've added some Antoni tips into our life. Can't wait till next week. We will see you then. Bye.